Welcome to the True Channel. If you have been working deeply with full moon energies, scorpionic energies, and with deep shadows, psychological patterns, endings, and it is feeling like, the whole known world is coming to a natural or even a little forced end so that something new can be born in its place. Um, Not something that you haven't known at all, things that you have had inklings, things that you have vaguely responded to but not quite yet jumped to. Those are energies that are coming to the surface now and cannot continue in any passive form anymore. So today, when we are standing at the full moon, Scorpionic full moon, and the Scorpionic sun and Taurus moon, all these energies are becoming very, very evident. So, this reading is for the viewer who is doing deep soul work on their own personal path, and whether they're working hard to achieve progress on their material life, their love life, their family relationships, their standing in the community, or very deep journeys of how they see themselves, how they speak to themselves, what are the deepest fears, or what are their deepest desires that are so hidden under layers of fears that they have kind of lost touch with their fiery, passionate desires. So, that is the context of the reading, and I hope through this oracle and tarot card we will get some answers of the energy. It is not quite predictive, it is more supposed to be resonant with where you are. So I hope you will have some nice holding space here. So I'm opening with this deck the portal energy, which is available to the viewer. What is the most prominent energy that is available to the viewer today on this day of full moon, so that whatever they have been working for, they find a resonance in this. Karmic release, radical transformation. Well, that almost is what I was talking before shuffling the cards. Chamber of the violet flame. So that's absolutely in line with the Scorpionic energy, the full moon today, and the Scorpio sun. Chamber of the violet flame. I'll just hold it a little clearer for you to see with the sun on it, the fire energy, the violet flame of radical transformation, karmic release. Now, this karmic release can be your own patterns, psychological patterns, unfulfilling behaviors, things that you have been procrastinating, or you have been fearful for jumping into the next big phase of life. And it can also be related to ancestral lineage patterns, the clearing out of lineage patterns, and that was just not on the immediate bloodline or family, but also the collective communities that you have come from. Whether it's poverty consciousness, whether it's persecution, whether it's the inability to allow individuality to shine, and deeply entrenched only in community sense of belonging, or it is so individualistic that there is almost negligible sense of community. Whatever the first sense of tribe or community you have had, and your bloodline in your immediate family line, there may be clearing happening in that lineage as well. And your own unfulfilling habits do come from that, and probably your own past life memories. If you are at the junction of heading towards your north node, what your pattern of what your soul needs to achieve or needs to do to feel fulfilled. That's what that's the energy that you have right now, fully available to you today. This deck, I'm going to see a message of manifestation. What is in the practical level that you need to do or is becoming available for you to do so that you can head in the direction of your new, so that whatever you are breaking away from and whatever you are heading towards, or you are already in, the nascent baby stages, baby steps of your new, what is it in the practical physical way, reality? What is it you need to do, or what is that is supporting you at this moment? Inspiration. I just love how beautiful is the yellow energies that are coming forward. And I am absolutely delighted to see this along with the little yellow golden sun energy falling on the leaves, in this fall season in the northern hemisphere where I am shooting this, recording this. So what is available to you is a huge energy of inspiration. Let me just show this from close. Inspiration, the beautiful flowers, the floral pattern, the geometrical cosmic pattern, showcasing, the connection of the spirit to the human, and how your crown chakra, how your third eye, how your thoughts, how the limited human perception is opening up to the divine cosmic energy available for inspiration to go into the direction. What I also love is, the karmic release. That's radical transformation. That's the base energy of what's the portal energy available today as I'm shooting. And the physical reality of what you are working with, what you can work towards, is allowing yourself to receive inspiration. And that has a lot to do with allowing grounding, slowing down, breathing deeply into your body to listen. And I believe when we are going through such a radical karmic release, moving into a next phase, there are bound to be fears. These fears are not just at the very superficial psychological level, but these are fears that are at a very deeply held somatic level, soul memories of being silenced, of not being heard, of not being able to move in a soul called direction because of obligations, because of the societal acceptance of only one ways or particular ways of being, and hence you try to fit in. All these usual understandings we have. What does it mean that those memories are so deeply held in our soul memories, in our body, in a somatic way, that now they're coming to the surface? So you're doing a karmic release of that. So you have to allow yourself a lot of space, a lot of slow, soft, one foot in front of the other kind of steps to allow the inspiration to come. It's available to you. It's huge. It's like the solar energy available to you. And allow yourself to receive that. From this deck, I'm also going to do more of like the practical steps that one can take, or this is a tarot deck and it should just give us supporting or challenging energies. I just want to see what will be helpful for the viewer to know at a practical level of what is surrounding them as a challenging energy or a supporting energy, or a message that they need to know or just see more explicitly if they know it already. The waiting game, number 2. There is also, if you see the purple, the deep blue, the blue border, the waiting game. There is a continuity of the deep blue color here, if that has a personal resonance for you in any way. Otherwise, it's a spiritual energy. It's a deeply, deep blue and purple are considered like associated with your throat chakra and your crown chakra. So it's the upper chakra energies where you have your spiritual connections being widely open right now for you to receive your vision, to receive your inspiration. The waiting game, both in the space in the 2 decks that I called for practical world movements or practical world reality that is supporting or that is challenging, I have got inspiration and waiting game for you. That kind of tells me that there may not be immediate fast and furious actions that you need to take or that is happening in your world with this massive transformation that you are doing. The shift is kind of in a liminal space. It is more about allowing, it is more about listening, it is more about letting it integrate and settle. What is it to close a book, and what is it to go into the process of writing a new Akashic record, writing a new book for yourself. It is not even a chapter. So what does it mean is probably just give it more space, give it more integration time. And so you may be waiting for messages, you may be waiting to hear from people, you may be waiting for a shift of your living space, a job, the book you want to write, the business you want to start. So allow yourself sufficient gentle time to allow the release to happen, the inspiration to come, and how the roots are deepening and the little shoots are visible, but it's not quite a tree right now, and you are in this space of completion in waiting for the next to happen. I also just noticed that there is I'm sorry for the, if you find it difficult to view the video, but there is a natural display of shadow and light. I'm recording this in the afternoon hours, so that may hold significance for someone doing deep shadow work of how the shadow is being released as a karmic release and new light is coming in. This last deck, I want to use this oracle to find a message, and hopefully we'll get a meditation that I would love to do with the viewer to ground your energy, to stay with this available portal energy so that we can bring this inspiration in through the waiting time. Divine talent. I don't do any reversals. These are our oracle cards. So divine talent is the message in terms of the meditation. So what I see before we go to read from the book and the deeper meditative message or affirmation, what I see from this card is that what you are releasing as your shadows, you're releasing as your karmic past, what you're releasing as one phase of your life or one lifetime of experiences getting over, listening to the cosmic energy, receiving the new solar energy available on this day of full moon release through a waiting game, is to bring in your divine talents. Now, this may mean all kinds of creative talents that you have, and each human is born with that soul connection. So you may be practicing that, expressing that, or you may have gone far away from it, depending on the life you have had to live, based on your conditioning, based on the societies you have been raised in. And also, these are pivotal points, especially on a Scorpionic moon with the Taurus, the sun in the the sun in Scorpio and moon in Taurus. This is also a time when many of these deep soul seekers are making their transitions from their south node to their north node, basically clearing out many lifetimes of journeys, experiences, soul memories, what came easy to them, the comfort, the secured ways of living, to what they have come to do on the opposite spectrum, the north node, what their soul journeys are leading them towards in this lifetime. So these feel very heavy, very existential and scary, because this is almost like death and rebirth at the soul level. You're no longer the person that you used to be. You cannot blame others. You cannot resort to other things. You do not know in this liminal space who you're becoming. And that can be super ungrounding. That can be super scary. That can be super, invokes a sense of solitude, which if you do not deepen your divine connections or do not get in touch with your divine talent, may feel like a death and feel like the end of existence. And so this spread just tells me that there is a need for us to slow down the weaver, to receive the inspiration, go through the waiting game, and excuse me, bring in your divine talents. Just because this feels a little, everything felt a little very high on the spiritual realm. Let me see if from this deck of the Earth Oracle, I'm still talking, so I'll do one more shuffle. I can receive a little more elemental, a little more practical guidance of what will help the weaver before we get into the meditation. Let's see if there is an earth element or message from Gaia that wants to come out to ground the viewer. This deck is kind of getting stuck. Fire, passion. Interesting. Sanctuary. I think the bottom of the deck is cave and sanctuary, and the message, the earth element I have gotten is passion. So I'm going to just put it here, and I believe it is kind of related to receiving your inspiration as you release your karmic past. You receive your new inspiration. You invoke and awake the passion which may have become dormant within you, the passion, the soul passion, or maybe physical world passion as well. What is the what excites you, what basically you're passionate about in life, what is feels raw and authentic to you. So you may not be able to bring it to form immediately, and that is most likely the case when you're going through a liminal phase, when you're crossing between one lifetime of experience into your next. You would go through the liminal space of waiting game. So develop the passion, awaken the fire within you, what may have become dormant. And as you bring in your divine talents, hold on to your passion. So before we close for today, I'm going to read from the book the affirmation to bring in what wants to come true for allowing our divine talent. You are a talented soul. Over many lifetimes, you have developed your spiritual abilities to channel higher awareness, attract healing energy, and radiate light to uplift the consciousness of those around you. Your divine talents are many and uniquely expressed through you. Your talents do not have to resemble those of another to have their own inestimable value. Do not be afraid to use them. Oh, beautiful. So as I began by saying, this reading or this channel is going to resonate with people who are doing deep soul work, who are deep journeyers, who are soul seekers. And in line with that, in today's full moon, we receive messages for the viewer who has completed soul chapters or soul journeys, karmic past, are setting in the the violet flame, receiving their inspiration for their next journeys, awakening their passion at the soul level. And through the waiting game, they are affirming and bringing in their divine talents. And this is uniquely your own soul print. And if it has gone subdued, now it is awakening, you're bringing it back, and it will find its physical form as you go through this phase into your next. And the affirmation basically also means that sometimes, you have to believe in your divine talent or divine expression, spiritual expression, because there is a fear in sharing those. You may have a past life recollection that involved shame, isolation, ridicule, fear, or maybe persecution, as a response to your sharing of these spiritual talent. And so you just went quiet and you had been waiting in the shadows to share yourself, to share your talents. And now is the time to invest in yourself and believe in your unique way of how you heal others, how you reached out to others, and do it unapologetically. Today is the time. Now is the time to claim that and invest in yourself and believe in yourself as worthy of development, and give it time, give it attention and practice to see how you are inspired to utilize your divine talents to serve humanity at this point. So the invocation, before we end, you can close your eyes, sit comfortably, and if possible, have your feet touch the ground so that you feel grounded as you listen to this invocation. You can repeat with me, or you can just close your eyes and listen to it so that your conscious and superconscious absorb this message as a healing message. All loving universe, teach me to realize and trust in my divinely given talents. I ask for your unconditionally loving assistance in releasing any block or obstacle to the full development and joyful expression of my spiritual gifts in the world. Help me find the courage and boldness within that I need to believe in myself and be completely empowered to make my loving contribution to the world through my own free will and divine merciful grace. So be it. That's a beautiful, powerful message, and such a strong message of release, passion, inspiration, boldness to bring in the new. And with that affirmation, I'm going to just close it for today on the November full moon, November 5th. Wherever part of the world you are watching this, I send you all healing, grounding energy, and we will meet you in the next video. Thank you for watching. All my best, love and light.